is impregnated with flavor.
Drama.
I just can't believe it's not cornmeal porridge.
Verdict.
You both be going home.
Your favorite chefs from across the Caribbean summoned to go head-to-head, pot-to-pot, meal-to-meal. Watch us as they plead their case weekly to be appointed the Maggi Food Court Caribbean Champion and take home the $10,000 award. This is Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
All rise. Maggi Food Court is now in session. Presided over by Judge Geronimo.
One semi-final defendant has already secured her place in the finale. Today, one chef will join her as they both vie for the $10,000 grand prize, as well as the most coveted culinary title of Grand Champion of the Maggi Food Court. A lot is on the table. Who will make the right dish and who will be sent home hungry?
This is the Maggi Food Court Caribbean Semifinals 2. The final two of the four chefs who won their first round case file will go meal to meal in this episode. But only one will join Chef Simmone Edwin in the final case and move a step closer to being awarded the $10,000. Will it be Chef Marlon Timothy from Trinidad and Tobago, who won his frying trial? Or Chef Ricardo Hepkins from Jamaica, who was victorious in the baking trial? This week's jury members are food enthusiast and critique Okino Petrie, Natasha DeBorg, a well-traveled chef who has worked with celebrities and dignitaries, one of the region's most prominent executive chefs, Brian Lumley.
What's up, Chef? Hello, what's up, everything cool? So look. All right. Yeah.
All rise. Maggi Food Court is now in session. Presided over by Judge Geronimo.
Chefs, this is the final trial in the semi-final rounds. The chef who wins this battle will move on to join your fellow chef in the finale. You have a lot riding on this challenge. Chef Marlon, welcome. Chef Ricardo, welcome. You will have 75 minutes to prepare your best appetizer and your best 5-star entree from any ingredient that's present in this court. You will be judged on presentation, creativity, and taste. Are you up to the challenge?
Ready.
All right, chefs. Your time begins now.
All right. First, got the roast chicken right here. No salmon. There's no fish. I feel ready going into the semifinals. I feel like all I need to do now is just go in there, do my best, and just expect that my talent will speak for itself.
Going into these semis, I feel slightly nervous but very excited at the same time. So I was just meditating a little bit because I like listening to music and it just helps me calm myself, collect myself and process my thoughts. Kind of slow down my mind a bit.
So guys, it's another semi-finals. We have Chef Ricardo from Jamaica. We have Chef Marlon from Trinidad. They look like they are ready, but they look like they are mortified and scared at the same time. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they look ready to fight. They look ready to go, itching to go. You can see the adrenaline pumping. It's going to be one for the books.
Yeah, I think both chefs need to bring their A game. Yeah, for this, today I decided to leave the tears at home, not today. I'm hoping that they're gonna come and, blow us away because it's another $10,000 dish that's needed.
What I'm looking for in this challenge is some good food and see how they can up their game from their dishes before and it can be elevated and different.
Nice. Okay, chefs. Wow. This is a lot that you have on the counter. My gosh, I guess you take a lot is riding on this challenge quite seriously. All right, Chef Marlon, what are you making here? I see a cream sauce. I see a lot of eggs, a salsa. What's going on over here?
I'm waiting for inspiration. I'm waiting for inspiration, to be honest.
You're waiting for the inspiration. I like it. I like
starting and go with the flow.
So you're grilling vegetables. I see corn. I see cream. I see fennel.
I'm probably not going to use a lot of these things, to be honest with you.
You won't use them.
Probably not, but let's have it here.
What you're using.
Well, what do you think what I use so far?
That's fine.
I'm using Maggi seasonings for sure.
So what about your proteins? I don't see any protein.
Fish. Fish is marinating already.
Fish. And I see some
Salmon, yes.
smoked salmon.
Correct,
Awesome,
correct.
Awesome. All right, I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
All right. Chef Ricardo, what's going on here?
The aim is to really just keep it into my kitchen. So it's no longer Maggie's kitchen, it's my kitchen.
Wow. Okay, but if you're going for the title of Maggi Food Court Champion, you have to operate in Maggie's kitchen. So all the flavors. I notice you have your Maggi products out. I see shrimp. Shrimp is the only protein you're using today?
No, it's the first one.
Oh, what's this? Is this pork?
Yes, it is.
Oh, shrimp and pork, bread, scallions, lots of onions, pressed plantain. Wow, the heat of battle is on here in Maggi Food Court today. We have Chef Ricardo and we have Chef Marlon. These two guys are vying for one spot left in the finale. What the heat of battle is on here. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see where this leads. I'm out. Cook away, chefs, all right? You can answer me.
No problem, no problem.
Right. Take care.
All right. Being the last Jamaican left into the semifinals, it's not really pressuring because regardless of how many Jamaicans were left, I would have went in there and I would have given it my everything. But it feels as if though the mantle is left on my shoulder to bring it for the country. So I'm willing to go out there and do whatever I have to do to show that we Jamaicans can do it, can do anything.
So there are 3 other contestants. There's a guy from Jamaica and 2 Trini chefs. I don't know too much about the guy from Jamaica, but he looks like he has some skill. So I'm very excited to go up against him in this upcoming battle.
My message to you, Marlon, is bring an A game or it's the end game. It's always been, always will be.
I'm not intimidated by anyone. Though I don't mean to sound cocky, but I'm not intimidated. I'm just very excited and look forward to it.
Chefs, hold on, man. Hold on. Just stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Are you guys really ready for this challenge? Are you?
As ready as I can be.
Yeah.
Hear what? Switch stations.
Fire!
More when we return to Maggi Food Court Caribbean. Welcome back to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
Hear what? Switch stations.
Fire!
Nope. Put everything on the counter.
Not even my knife?
Not even your knife.
Yes.
Listen, here are the new rules to this trial. You have 2 choices. You can finish your opponent's entree and appetizer, or you can choose to start from scratch. However, the time remains the same, and you have to present an appetizer and an entree to the jurors. You can take nothing from from your own station. All right? You still have access to pantry and fridge. All right?
Have to use his knife?
You want to make it interesting?
Has to use his knife?
You have to use, you can take nothing from your own station. So either you're going to take from the drawers.
Let's make this fun. Finish
Make it
that.
fun? Fine.
All right. Well, happy battle.
And they're at it. I'm not too sure about Chef Marlon. I think he's still all over the place.
I don't know what you're saying. They look completely lost right now. Like, I don't know if he's counting crackers or I don't know if he's counting time. They need to calm, breathe, recompose, and get the show on the road.
So far being in the competition, the experience has been very, very, very huge. And going into the semifinals now, a few of the experience that I bring is that I have to work fast as it relates to time. I have to be direct as it relates to what I'm going to do, and I have to be very confident in whatever I am going to do, regardless of whatever setbacks will come. I just have to stick to the game plan and get at it.
Yeah, the challenge, the curveball was to switch stations immediately, and it threw me through a loop. And then you remember when you're working on a station by yourself, you don't know what the other competitor is doing. And when Geronimo came in and he said, "Yeah, chefs, time to switch stations," I was panicking. And then when I switched stations and I was like looking around and seeing what the guy had on his station, I noticed out of the corner of my eye, the pot of oil that he had up was starting to smoke.
Careful, chef, careful, careful, careful.
A nice little scar to remember this here, boy. And I still wanted to continue, and I had the medic. I was literally under the pipe with one hand, and I was seasoning shrimp right here and trying to cut up stuff with one hand, and the medic was just like, "Nope, you need to stop now. This is too bad." And then I think there was a fire at one point. I can't remember. It was just so much. It was so much, but it was so exciting at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I thrive off of the chaos.
When we switched, I went over there and seems as if we were making something similar of the sort. So I went over there and I'm like, okay, not bad. This guy's onto something. 2 trees, I heard him scream out, fire, smoke. When I took a glance, he burnt his hands with the oil, and I thought maybe, alright, after everything would blow off and everything, but it seems as if the burnt was more severe than we had hoped, and due to that he had to go to the hospital. So yeah,
I am really hopped up on painkillers right now, so it is not too bad. But when it initially happened, it burned like hell. The pain was so intense. I honestly I was scared, kind of worried, because this was the first time I got an injury this bad and I couldn't move my fingers, and I still don't have some feeling here.
The experiences and lessons from the competition is more than just a competition lesson. It's really a lesson as it relates to work, home, school, life in general, because it's the simple things, it's the little things that we tend to neglect and tend to not pay attention to that sometimes cost us in the end. So the experience and the lessons here is just every little detail matters, and that's the same thing in life.
So not being able to complete my round, I felt really disappointed, because I felt like I had a really good plan in my head and I just wanted to execute it and cook. But due to the severity of my injury, I wasn't allowed to, and piece of me was slightly embarrassed because I never got an injury like this back home in Trinidad. So in my mind, I was like, "You come quite Jamaica to go to the hospital, boy? Seriously?"
I'm feeling a bit disappointed because of everything that happened just now. So I was really looking forward to the competition. I was really looking forward to cooking off with Marlon. But, you know, stuff happened, and yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very disappointed. I understand it's a competition and we have a timeline to stick to, and only because of the fact that the doctor told me I would take 3 to 4 days before I get feeling back in my hand is the only reason I can't compete today, because I would have loved to have a rematch. And we spoke earlier actually, and he told me, you know, he was looking forward to our match, and he doesn't like how it ended, but it is what it is.
More when we return to Maggi Food Court Caribbean. Welcome back to Maggi Food Court Caribbean.
So as I said before, Simmone was actually my lecturer when I now started hotel school. And I was looking forward to face off with her because, you know, I wanted to show her how far I've come since she first mentored me. So it was like a case of the student versus the teacher. But due to the injury, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to compete.
Well, Marlon, from me to you, bro, I just want to wish you all the best with your hand in life, with your journey as a chef. We spoke once or twice, and you seem like a really passionate guy, young, vibrant, really energetic as it relates to cooking. Because we were in the kitchen and, you know, you were all over the place, and I'm like, bro, like, cut off your idea. But yeah, I really hope you take whatever future you have in front of you and take it by storm. I wish you all the best. I wish you the most success.
This injury will not stop me. If the doctor had cleared me, I was going back in the kitchen to ask for a rematch, to be very honest. This is not going to put a damper on anything at all. This is just more motivation to be better, keep more alert, keep your eyes on the prize kind of thing.
Going into the finals right now, it's really, I'm down to the point where, all right, let's put this nervousness aside. It's game time. Like, you've reached this far. Due to circumstances, you went on, but again, you can't explain whatever God has in store and whatever God has planned. So right now, it's just military business. Let's get down to it, you know, step in faith, step with God, and just bring this home. It belongs here.
In the Maggi Food Court kitchen, our chefs and their safety are our first priority. These chefs have proven their mettle in each challenge, and we have the highest level of respect for their abilities and their sportsmanship. But as you know, anything can happen in the kitchen. In this semi-final challenge, Chef Marlon sustained unexpected injuries due to an accident. As a result, he will not be continuing. As per section 6.0 of the Maggi Food Court Rulebook, in a case such as this, Chef Ricardo, you will proceed directly to the grand finale. Chef Marlon, we wish you the very best.
Judge Geronimo, defendant Rishi would like to approach the bench.
Invite. Chef Rishi,
Good day.
welcome back to court.
Judge?
There's a case you'd like to present.
Yes. I'd like to appeal the court today for a position to replace my countryman Marlon in the cook-off to go to the final. I feel like precedent was set by the competition when they brought back Chef Simmone after a disqualification, and I did not finish is the same as a disqualification. I'm proposing a 30-minute, one-plate cook-off to see the best chef go forward.
All right, Chef. I will have to retire to chambers, consider your arguments, and then I will return a verdict.
No problem.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
All right?
The drama just got, that's all I can say. The twist to this competition just got a lot twisted.
Chefs, Chef Rishi,
Judge,
I have considered your case, and I must commend you for your ambition in wanting to represent your fellow countrymen. However, in the rule of law, a defendant cannot appeal a case in which you were not the original defendant. This was not your case. You tried your case and you lost. So, on that ground, section 6.0 of the Maggi Food Court Rulebook will be upheld, and Chef Ricardo will proceed to the grand finale.
respect and
We thank you
accept
for your time. Chef Ricardo, are you ready for the grand finale?
I'm definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Let's take a look at our last two defendants' journey thus far before their ultimate culinary showdown in the finale.
Are you ready, Chef Simmone?
Ready.
Chef Simmone first appeared in case file Braising against Matthew from Jamaica.
All right, chefs. Seems like the heat is on.
It is.
Defendant, time is up.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, Chef Matthew. It tastes incredible. Very juicy. The chicken is so tender. Hi, Chef Simmone.
One of the challenges I had, I don't think I could eat more than maybe 4 spoonfuls because I had a little sweetish, bitterish coming out there for me.
One of you will have to leave us. The chef who will be moving on to the second round is...
She lost her case in the first round to Matthew from Jamaica. Chef Andrew from Jamaica went against Chef Timothy from Guyana in the second round of the Braising Challenge.
I don't know if I'd go to a restaurant and order this or come to get 10,000 US, and this is what I prepare.
Hi, Chef Andrew. This looks a little bit dry. I imagine something wet, stewed in sauce with flavors developed. And
if you're going to come into the Maggi kitchen, your food needs to have some flavor.
In this case, I'm sorry, I stand on my word, I cannot select food like this with $10,000 given.
Jurors, if you are unable to come to a decision, Section 4.3 of the rulebook states there can be a callback.
The jury returned a verdict that both chefs, Andrew's and Timothy's case, didn't represent the Maggi food court standard and were both sent home, which created an opportunity for Chef Simmone to return in the third round.
Chef Simmone, you have returned as a callback.
I have.
But now we will level the score and you will battle each other in a final round to decide who will advance.
I mean, hopefully second time's the charm.
Hi, welcome Chef Simmone.
I like this presentation. The plate is very colorful.
Hi, Chef Matthew.
Guys, I think we may have a problem.
What's wrong?
My chicken is not fully cooked all the way through.
Oh.
Chef Matthew, unfortunately, because your chicken was undercooked, the jurors came to the decision that Chef Simmone will advance to the semifinals. Congratulations, Chef.
Thank you.
Chef Simmone advanced to the semifinals against her fellow countryman, Rishi.
Chef Simmone,
Hey, what's up?
I want to know what you're making, but I see you're busy there over there.
So I am doing Asian and passion fruit chicken tostada on smashed plantain.
Chef Simmone, they say third time is the charm.
You like it, okay?
Flawless.
You like the colors?
Yes, the
Is it
color.
seasoned enough for you?
Yes, it is, Natasha. It's well seasoned. So, Chef Rishi.
I just feel like it's missing that sauce element. Yeah, just one element tied all together would have been perfect.
The chef who will be going into the finale from this round is
Chef Simmone won her case and advanced as the first finalist.
Chef Ricardo.
Chef Ricardo's first appearance in court was case file Bake or Roast.
Roasting a salmon. So I'm making a roasted stuffed salmon.
A roasted stuffed salmon
with a broccoli puree.
Broccoli puree.
Yeah, and fondant potatoes.
Defendants, you have 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes. Defendants, your time is up.
So, Chef Edison, I'm tasting the sauce and I'm getting a lot of ketchup. It feels like just ketchup. So, Chef Ricardo.
Just everything in combination, executed flawlessly. It's easy.
The chef that will be moving on to the next segment of Maggi Food Court is Chef Ricardo.
He won the first round and advanced to the final round of case file Bake or Roast.
Chef Layton, welcome.
Chef, what kind of big boss you that you use? I want him bang to our bigot.
Same thing we had, but only dessert.
So, Chef Layton.
It's a bit less than we expected.
Second time around, Ricardo.
He still has a creative mind in elevating his dish to the next level.
Absolutely.
The chef who will be moving on to the semi-final round is Chef Ricardo.
He defended his culinary skills and took the last of 4 semi-final spots.
Against Simmone in front of the judges and the jury. So I'm ready. I'm ready to win the case. I mean, we're going to court.
Next on Maggi Food Court Caribbean, the Twin Island Trinidad and Tobago goes pot to pot, meal to meal against the host country. Chef Simmone Edwin representing Trinidad and Tobago and Chef Ricardo Hepkins representing Jamaica. Who will be appointed the Maggi Food Court Caribbean champion and take home the $10,000 award? Stay tuned for the battle of these islands in the final trial of Maggi Food Court Caribbean.